Welcome to Mount Vernon Rams basketball on WMIX, on your radio and online, featuring streaming video on MyWithersRadio.com. Rams basketball is powered by the official voice of the Mount Vernon Rams, Banterra Bank. Banking with local style. The Mount Vernon Rams on WMIX are also sponsored by Ford Square and King City Chrysler. You can count on us. Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome back to Personal Banking. State Farm Insurance Agent Tony Wilt. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Second Chance Auto. Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a Hospital. Raising the Bar. Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon. Ren Lake College. Visit your virtual counselor at rlc.edu. And also by the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Heartland Accounting. All Stars and Stitches. Bean Insurance. Central Christian Church. And People's National Bank. It's time to join Chris Hugo and Danny Czerwinski in the 94 Sports Mobile Studios for Mount Vernon Rams basketball. The Ren Lake College pregame show starts now.
And welcome back. Hugo Gymnasium. It's Mount Vernon Rams basketball here this afternoon. The SIT Radio Network on X95, also online at MyWithersRadio.com. We are glad to have you with us, of course, as the Mount Vernon Rams in a consolation semifinal appearance against the Triad Knights. You may remember if you were listening here on the SIT Radio Network on Thursday night, the Rams fell in triple overtime to Mattoon 58-53. We need to take a network break here on this presentation of the Salem Invitational Tournament. This is the SIT Radio Network.
This is Melody True with People's National Bank in Mount Vernon. Are you tired of your bank charging you fees for your checking account? At People's National Bank, we are proud to be a local family-owned bank that offers a free checking account with no minimum balance. Open with just $100 and get a free debit card, free online bill pay, and many other great benefits. Stop by People's National Bank and see what banking with a family-owned bank is all about.
People's National Bank, member FDIC. Use bill pay once a month to avoid $5 dormant fee. Visa check card must be used at least once every 90 days to avoid $10 inactivity fee.
Tomorrow, it's the championship round of the NFL playoffs as we bring you a special doubleheader on the Westwood One Dial Global Radio Network. First, the AFC title is up for grabs as Tom Brady and the New England Patriots host Ray Lewis and the Baltimore Ravens. Then, Eli Manning and the New York Giants head to San Francisco to take on the 49ers for a chance to advance to Super Bowl 46. The NFL playoffs are right here.
Your radio home for Championship Sunday is 94.1 FM WMIX.
Here's Jeff Schmidt for Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon.
The Equinox is doing very well. 32 miles per gallon for a crossover. It's the best in its class. There's some hybrids that don't get as good a fuel economy as the Equinox does. I just went on a test drive yesterday with a customer that drives a Honda CR-V, and he could not believe how quiet and smooth riding the Equinox is.
Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon, 3423 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
For more scores and insight, follow us on Twitter at 94 Sports. Now back to the Rams on WMIX.
WMIX, also X95, the Salem Invitational Radio Network. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. It's the Mount Vernon Rams Triad Knights. It's Consolation semifinal number 2 as the Rams fell in overtime, triple overtime, 58-53 to Mattoon. And Triad fell to the host Salem Wildcats 62-54, who earlier beat Mattoon 80-69. So Rams fans, you can owe a debt of gratitude to the Salem Wildcats for taking care of business against the Mattoon Green Wave. The championship game tonight here for Salem v. Edwardsville Salem. That's at 9 o'clock tonight. Centralia and Mattoon will play at 6 o'clock for third place. And the winner of this game will get Effingham for 7:30 in the Consolation Championship. Danny Czerwinski alongside. I'm Chris Hugo. Ren Lake College pregame show. Ren Lake College. You can visit them online at rlc.edu. You can get a quality education and save thousands. Check it out. We need to take a quick break here. This is the SIT Radio Network.
More Americans are on the move today than ever before. One of the most popular modes of transportation is the motorcycle. Motorcycles take us to our jobs, school, to the beach, and all around the country. If you're a bike rider, your Pekin Insurance Agency, Page Insurance on Crownview in Mount Vernon, wants to make sure you have the best insurance protection while you're riding. Ask about the money-saving auto cycle discount and the experienced driver discount, too. Call Page Insurance at 242-7000 today about motorcycle insurance from Pekin Insurance.
How did the Saturday Sports Show ring in the new year? by bringing you even better sports conversation in 2012. More scores, more local discussion, and a better mix of guests than anyone else. Combine that with ample knowledge of the teams you love, and you'll reserve more than one preset for AM 940. The perfect New Year's resolution? Not missing the Saturday Sports Show, only on WMIX and online at mywithersradio.com. Presented by Crossroads Community Hospital.
On November 5th, Community First Bank and the First State Bank of Dix officially partnered to better serve our customers and our community. Hi, I'm Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. We welcome all our new friends to the Community First family. And I'd like to personally invite you to call, log in, or drop by any of our 5 locations to learn more about Jefferson County's only true, locally owned community bank.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When it comes to bone and joint care, only one name should come to mind. The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Your fellowship-trained physician's first priority is specialized orthopedic care, ranging from total joint replacement and spine surgery to shoulder surgery and sports medicine. Our surgeons provide a wide range of specialized treatments that are unparalleled anywhere in Southern Illinois. Located on Veterans Memorial Drive in Mount Vernon and St. Mary's Good Samaritans in campus. The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Discover the difference.
This is the Salem Invitational Tournament Radio Network on X95.3 FM WRXX Radio Centralia and 94.1 FM WMIX Mount Vernon, a free service from Withers Broadcasting.
And, of course, we welcome you back to the Gymnasium, home of the 61st Annual Salem Invitational Tournament. The Mount Vernon Rams and the Triad Knights coming at you. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. On your Red Lake College pregame show, Red Lake College offers over 100 degree and certificate programs for thousands less. Visit your virtual counselor at rlc.edu. Danny, we have to get to another break here in just a moment, but Rams and Knights coming in to this one this afternoon. Rams looking to avenge that tough loss of the other nights too, Matt Toon.
Yes, I missed that game, but again, it is a triple overtime loss for Mount Vernon. That's a tough one to come back from. At least had a couple days to think about it, and now you come back to this. And you've got to say, hey, do we want to come up here and mess around and get out in 2 games? Do we come up here, win a couple, get another consolation championship trophy out of it, get 2 more wins, and go on to the rest of your season? That's the 2 things that Mount Vernon's looking at here this afternoon.
Well, not a whole lot of options. Win or go home for the Mount Vernon Rams and the Triad Knights. Winner will play at 7:30 against Effingham. Loser done for the weekend. We need to take a quick break. Let's hear a message from your local station on the Salem Invitational Tournament Radio Network.
If you want a successful business, you need good partners. And if your need is printing, you won't find better partners than Mark and Carrie Smith.
Helping people is what we love.
But we need help with our financing.
That's why the Smiths and hundreds of local businesses trust Banterra. Banterra is the area's #1 financial partner, offering commercial loans, treasury management, and remote deposit services. With Banterra as your partner, you can concentrate on what you do best. Banterra, banking with local style.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
All right, I want to ask you something, but you have to promise not to laugh at me.
Okay, what?
Do you think the State Farm jingle really works?
Like, for real? Like, if you sing the jingle, will your agent actually appear and help you out?
Yeah.
Of course it works. I saw it on the internet.
In reality, having your own State Farm agent means having a real person to help you when you need them. Tony Wilt is that State Farm agent at 4121 South Water Tower Place, Mount Vernon.
Hi, Roy Schmidt, Jeep dealer at King City Chrysler Center. On the road or on the trail, you are always at home. The 2012 Jeep Patriot Spirit makes life an incredible journey. The Patriot displays perfect manners in the city and legendary capability on the trail, no matter the weather. Your travel is enhanced with excellent efficiency, up to 31 miles per gallon on the highway, delivering value with every incredible ride. The Jeep Patriot, great value in a small SUV, with MSRP starting at only $22,815. Right now, we have an excellent inventory of Patriots at King City Chrysler, ready for immediate delivery. Come see us and let's talk about the 2012 Jeep Patriot at King City Chrysler, 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon, Illinois, where you can count on us.
This is Mike Reese. You're listening to the Rams on WMIX.
And welcome back on the SIT Radio Network. You're linked in with WMIX Mount Vernon, Marion, Effingham, and WRX Centralia, Salem. Also online at mywithersradio.com and mywithersradio.com/Centralia. Chris Hugo and Danny Czerwinski alongside Consolation semifinal number 2. Mount Vernon Rams Triad Knights as we get to know your Central Christian Church starting lineups. First, let's meet the visitors on the scoreboard, your Triad Knights.
Triad with a team colors of black and red and white. Their road jersey this afternoon, as Chris mentioned, we'll go with number 10, Lucas Criley, number 11, Jordan Felak, number 21, Brandon Verrill, 24, Jordan Deese, and 33, Kevin Durham for the Knights of Triad High School. For the Mount Vernon Rams, they will be in their home whites, trimmed in their orange and black. They will go number 1, Tyrell Trimble, number 2, Jaron Lydell, number 4, Clay Payne, number 5, Leonte Badger, number 33, Trevor Flota for Scott Gamber's Mount Vernon Rams. Lineups brought to you by Central Christian Church. Discover the excitement at Central Christian Church in Mount Vernon. They offer exciting worship experiences packed with energy and relevant teaching and awesome programming for children, and youth. Log on to newcentral.com for service times and more information. Let's see what we'll have here. Triad again are in their away blacks with red numerics trimmed in white, white trim down the trunks. The Rams are in their home whites with orange trim and orange numerics trimmed in black. Your officials for this afternoon's contest are Jason Rose of Sandoval, Kevin Poore, and official to be identified later. It'll be Felix and Badger. Badger for the Rams, Felix for the Knights. It'll be controlled by the Rams. Floater within the backcourt. They're going right to left. Jaron Lydell over to the right wing, finds Trimble. Trimble looks to the left for Floater. Rams need this to get the Consolation Championship tonight. Between the circles, Lydell, left-hand dribble, bounce pass over to Floater. One is the wide open three, not there. Back up top. Zone here by the Knights. Right wing, it is Trimble to Payne. Back out to Trimble. He'll swing around. Left wing, here comes the three from Floater. Yes! And the Rams take an early 3-0 lead. 7:30 to play in the opening quarter, presented by Banterra Bank. Tip off the postseason with a Banterra Bank free checking account. Banterra Bank. Bank it with football style, member FDIC. Felix, a little bit of give and go. Miscommunication with Durham. Pushed over in the backcourt. Johnson will recover. That's Dylan Johnson for Triad. 7:15 to play in the opening quarter. 3-0 Rams on top as Johnson will bring it across right timeline. Left of the circle finds Durham. Durham looking for Deese. Felix three is on the way. It's no good. Rebound to Lydell. And here come the Rams looking to start a little bit of a run here at the 7-minute mark of the first. Left wing is Trimble back to the right arc, finds Lydell. Lydell, a couple of dribbles, gets back number 2, Flotas. All the way around to Badger, look, block, and that was a great assist there by Tyrell the Terrific to get it down to Leonte. It's 5-0. Nice start by Mount Vernon. High energy from the Rams here early on, bouncing around on both ends of the floor. Nice to see.
Felix gives it to Durham, thought about the three. On the near side, he has Criley. It goes to Johnson, right elbow. He'll dribble back out. 6:30 mark of the first. Wide open three coming. No good by Deese. Clanks off the front iron. Rebound to Trimble.
Nice to see Triad settling for those long jump shots, those three-pointers that aren't going in.
The Rams offense can use this assist. It's back on the left. Trimble feeds Floater back on the right wing. Skip pass. Now it's Lydell back to Floater. Man, this zone is blatantly obvious. Trimble wide open for three. Yes! 8-0 Rams. This could be a good bounce-back game for Mount Vernon after falling to Mattoon the other night. 6 minutes to play in the first.
Yeah, that zone can't last too long if Mount Vernon keeps knocking down three-pointers.
There's no doubt about that. Felix shut out of the paint.
It's a very tight 3-2 zone that Triad's playing. They're not even coming outside the elbows.
Amen. Right wing, Felix looks around, comes back for Criley. He thought about the three, pulled it back, gives to Durham. One-handed grab in the paint. Good job. Got it back from Deese underneath. We'll have a quick foul. It'll be on the Rams. 5:35 to play in the opening quarter. 8-0 your score. Mount Vernon on top of Triad. Rams basketball on WMIX is presented by Banterra Bank. Whether retirement is years or months away, open a retirement account to fit your lifestyle perfectly. Banterra Bank, banking with local style, member FDIC. Here's how we do this, Danny Czerwinski. This time out on X95, presented by Monocle's Pizza. Give them a call, 533-2755. Home of the family pleaser. On WMIX, it's presented by Ford Square King City Chrysler. There's nothing more attractive than confidence. Yours will be at an all-time high when you buy a new Lincoln at Ford Square. Not only do you get a great offer, you also get a standard 4-year, 50,000-mile maintenance plan only from Ford Square, where the best never rests. Danny Czerwinski is alongside. I'm Chris Hugo. 5:35 to play in the opening quarter. Consolation semi number 2. 8-0 is your Rams lead.
My presence is paying off.
Yeah. I don't know about that race thing you were clamoring for, but I think the appreciation of your appearance
I mean, what am I going to do? I leave 2 times this year, and we don't win the tournament games. I don't know what the deal is.
That is true. Left wing, it's Johnson for Triad.
That's a fact.
He likes off the baby hook with the right hand's good. So Triad will crack the goose egg out of the timeout. 5:25 to play in the opening quarter. It's 8-2 Mount Vernon.
No ego, it's just fact.
That's true. Salem Invitational Tournament on X95 is presented by Schmidt Ford of Salem. Between the circles, Badger. Look, Badger got a haircut. Back to the left, right side. Nice little buzz face there. Look around for the right lock. Badger underneath with the left hand fell with it. No good. Rebound to Durham. Wow. Criley goes around to the left wing to look at baseline. Reverse underneath. It's no good. Foul will be on Clay Payne. That'll be the team's second. Plays first. Looking for a Community First Bank of the Heartland player of the game coming up after this one. Of course, if you're tired of big corporate banking, you have a choice in Jefferson County. Community First Bank is at home. And Dix, Ina, Woodlawn, and Mount Vernon. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC.
Scott Gamber is not happy with not only the effort defensively from Mount Vernon, but his team is not communicating on the defensive end. Help side defense talking when guys switch or a man gets loose, and it's cost Mount Vernon here 2 points to the free throw line for the foul.
Now we'll have a sub. That's Cole Moss for Triad. He'll come in for Lucas Criley. 4:59 to go in the first quarter. Triad cuts it to an 8-4 deficit. Ram basketball. Triad still in the 3-2. 4:55 to play in the opening quarter off the right wing. It's Badger. Looks between the circles for Payne. Left corner, it is Lydell up top, Flota. Back to the right wing for Trimble. Coming around off the cut. It's Badger. Now will set the pick. Good move there. Right elbow jumper. Looks good from Trimble off the mark. Rebound Payne mid-post. And the Rams will reset. 4:38 to play in the opening quarter. Not too shabby. Shot didn't go, but got the nice offensive rebound. Now off the screen, Trimble's going to make a move baseline from the left. Reverse underneath, goes backdoor Badger. Go clear it out. Didn't get a good look. Now Payne's wide open left wing. Looking to dribble in. Has to settle for Lydell on the left side. 4:17 to play in the first quarter. Rams 8, Knights 4. Back on the right arc, it's Tyrell Trimble. Pulls up for 3. Good. Well, there you go. That is 11-4. Touchdown lead for the Rams. 4:05 to play in the first as these two teams get together week 3 of the football season. And we'll have something underneath.
Legal screen on Triad. Off the ball. Cut screen.
Baby Black picks up his first. Baby Gamber helping his big brother coach.
Notice today in the afternoon game, Chris, that it would go with the polos by the coaching staff. Scott wearing the gray, the assistants will bring orange.
He told me they did not have any dry-fit polos in that color. In the charcoal. We're going to have that discussion afterwards. Lydell in the front court slips to the left wing for Trimble. 3:52 to play in the first. It's a 7-point Ram advantage. Back to the right. Lydell will dribble drive off the right wing. Beezer's into the ball game. He took the place of Payne as Trimble tries to drive to the left. He's fouled. And that'll be on Criley.
You just got to hope that Ron Reed's not on the right wing, right?
Yeah, no kidding.
Got to get that R's and stuff in the right area.
I'm working on it.
Yes. People here would straighten you out immediately.
It's typically not a trouble unless I'm trying to talk way too fast, which is typically how my play call is anyway. Right wing, it is Badger. Looks back for Flota. He's on the left, back to the right for Beezer. Beezer, nice slide pass to Badger. Can he get past Durham? On the right block. Nice feed to Flota. The scoop is no good, but Trevor gets to the line to shoot 2. 11-4 is the Ram lead. 3:23 to play in the first. We need to tell you that Winning Edge wants to provide a public service. Looking good while you cheer on your team. Don't settle for one design fits all activewear. Winning Edge can personalize almost anything and make you look good at the game. Check out their creations at winningedgeusa.com. Now you have me nervous. Some of it's pronounced
Ron Reed on the right wing is all you got to do.
Ron?
Yes. We like Ron Reed. We enjoy Ron Reed and his coaching ability, but it just had to go along with the R's and W's.
Having issues today. Free throw on the second. No good by Flota. He makes 1 of 2. 12-4 Rams by 8.
Seashells over by the seashore, too.
I used to pull that one off. Don't know if I can right now. Quick feed to Felix. He'll kick out Criley off the far wing. 3:13 to play in the opening quarter. Rams by 8. It's 12-4 here at the 61st Annual Salem Invitational. Looking for Durham. That's settled for Felix up top. Left wing 3 coming for Criley. In and out. No good. Rebound Badger. Quick scoreboard update. I'll give one quickly. Mattoon falls to Salem 80-69. Effingham defeats Marion 41-34. That scoreboard update brought to you by Tony Wilson State Farm Insurance. For all of your financial service and insurance needs. It's Tony Wilt, State Farm, Mount Vernon. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Feeser off the backdoor pass by Trimble. Foul on his way up. He'll go to the line to shoot, too.
Spelak's the second foul, fourth on Triad. Feeser will go to the line and shoot, too. Welcome those listening in on their way to Sparta.
I assume on WMIX on that one?
I'm not sure, but they were listening to the previous station, hungry for some pizza.
Oh, so maybe they're still with us on that station.
Yeah, they're with us somewhere as they head to Sparta.
Quite a few channels right now. WRXX Centralia, 95.3 FM. WMIX Mount Vernon, 94.1 FM. W243AV, 96.5 FM Flora. And W229AU, 93.7 FM Fairfield.
Louis Grody into the game as well for Mount Vernon, giving Lydell a breather.
Feeser, shoots the stride. Rebounds, picked out of bounds by Leonte Badger. It'll go back with Triad. 2:44 to play in your opening quarter. Rams basketball on WMIX is presented by Banterra Bank. Nail a three, go for the account with no hidden fee. Banterra offers a totally free checking account. Banterra Bank, banking with local style, member FDIC. Durham around the far wing, feeds Cole Moss to the far sideline. Up top, Dylan Johnson left open for three. It's good. Left it wide open for three. All they could do was get a hand in his face last second. It's 12-7. Triad back within 5. 2:19 to play in the opening quarter. Consolation semi number 2. Mount Vernon Triad. Rams with a 5-point lead. Brody with it, center circle. Winner, Trimble for three, right corner's good. Didn't have time to say. Rams looking for a rematch with Effingham in the Consolation Championship. It's 15-7 after the Trimble bomb for the right corner. Trimble's on fire today. That he is. Right as the circle comes Johnson. This will cross the swing. Now back to the right wing. It's Durham. Over the right sideline, Moss between the circles for Triley. Up top, Dylan Johnson with the basketball. Mercier down low looking for it. Called for it. Nothing going. Gives back to the right wing for Moss. Up top, Durham kicks out Riley for three. Yes. So he has an answer for the Trimble bomb, and it's 15-10. Back within 5 for the Knights. 90 seconds to go in the quarter. The Rams' perimeter defense suffering just a little bit at the moment. Right wing, it is Badger in the front court for the orange and black. Back to Flota. Now the right wing, Trimble for three. Does he have an answer? Off the front iron, he doesn't. Rebound to Dylan Johnson. 1:10 to play in the first quarter here on the SIT on X95, driven by Schmidt Ford of Salem and the SIT Radio Network. 1:04 to play in the first. Up top, it is Durham for three. No good. Rebound will go to Feeser. Saves it from going out of bounds. Michael Feeser's a kid last year for the Rams who played some significant JV minutes. He had a lot of varsity time, moved away for a semester, and then came back to Mount Vernon. Was the former Woodlawn grade school warrior.
Crody's sporting a haircut today, too.
Yes, he is. A lot of guys with some new dudes. This Trimble has it right arc. Look for Badger underneath. Nice. The backdoor Flota. Great play by Leonte Badger. Was starting to slide with the basketball. Found a cutting Trevor Flota. It's 17-10, and the Ram lead is a touchdown with 25 seconds to go.
Good look, and Flota moving out the basketball. Got a cut basket, courtesy of the assist of Leonte Badger.
18 ticks to go on the first quarter clock. It's 17-10 Mount Vernon. Crowley with it right of the circle. Rams in, well, we're in, man. And now here comes Crowley off of the screen. Stripped away by Brody. It's safe. Durham a long three on the way at the buzzer. It'll be out of bounds with 5/10, so no buzzer yet. So 5/10 of a second left to go here in the first quarter. It is 17-10. Triad trailing the Rams by 7 here on the SIT Radio Network. Glad to have you with us on X95 or WMIX. X95 is bringing you every game of the SIT this year. And that'll end your first quarter. The Rams don't get a shot off. We'll hear a message from your local station. This is the SIT Radio Network.
If you want a successful business, you need good partners. And if your need is printing, you won't find better partners than Mark and Carrie Smith.
Helping people is what we love.
But we need help with our financing.
That's why the Smiths and hundreds of local businesses trust Banterra. Banterra is the area's #1 financial partner, offering commercial loans, treasury management, and remote deposit services. With Banterra as your partner, you can concentrate on what you do best. Banterra, banking with local style.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Thank heavens you're getting an income tax refund. Second Chance Auto will give you the best value for every dollar you spend with a great selection of late model cars, trucks, SUVs, and minivans priced under $10,000. Most come with a 3-month or 3,000-mile warranty. Not only will you get a great quality vehicle, but bank rate financing as well. No gimmicks, no credit checks, and instant approval. That refund couldn't have come at a better time. Thanks to Second Chance Auto. Family owned and operated for 32 years on Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Call 244-4582. Back out to the 94 Sports Mobile Studios on WMIX and MyWithersRadio.com.
And welcome back to the SIT on the SIT Radio Network here in the Consolation semifinal. The Mount Vernon Rams lead the Triad Knights 17-10 as we head to the second quarter. It'll be Triad basketball to start in the backcourt. It is Deese with the basketball across the timeline. Near elbow, Durham, nice little fake there. Felix, a screen three on the way, is no good. Rebound will go to Badger. The Rams get a big forward there, and across the way they come. Trimble with it at his left wing. Crossover dribble. Backs it out. Going to bring it around the perimeter. Finds Clota. 7:40 to play in the half. Almost a wide open play there for Trimble. Ball fake. Lost it. Recovered. And now between the circles for Payne. Back to the right wing. Clota. Nice pass in the corner for Lydell. He'll find Trimble at the wing. Down low is Payne. That's going to be forced out of bounds off the Triad. It'll be Ram basketball to the left of the basket.
Needed to get it there a little bit quicker, but it was there, but just a little too late. Defender read it.
That is exactly right. Scoreboard updates in this Rams game will be brought to you by Tony Wilt, State Farm Insurance out of Mount Vernon. For all your financial service needs, it's Tony Wilt. Sidestep by Flota. He'll step into an 18-footer. No good. Rebound out of bounds off the foot of Badger. It'll be Ram basketball. It'll be Knight basketball. So again, walk in, fell in, or click in like a good neighbor. State Farm is there. We'll have some scores coming up throughout the broadcast for you. They're all brought to you by Tony Wilt. 7:15 to play in the half. Rams up 7 as Triad basketball off of the turnover. Right wing, it was Deese looking up top. Johnson. Rams in man. Back to Deese on the right wing. Ball fake near the corner for Moss. Left-hand dribble by Cole Moss. Looking for the double back. Gives up top. Felix now left wing. Deese all alone for three. No good. It's placed off the front iron. Scott Gamber in disbelief. Team is allowing quite a few perimeter shots. Normally that's not a big deal. But when you're not getting a hand to the face and not really guarding, that's a big deal.
Well, it's an open look or two. The Triad's getting, and thank goodness for Mount Vernon, they're not dropping right now.
Right arc. It was Lydell looking to the left wing for Badger. Between the legs. Double dribble. I didn't see the ball hit the ground again.
Didn't either.
I don't think
Scott Gamber's happy with that call. He was not unhappy with his team. Exactly. He's saying the official had never hit the ground.
Well, this isn't the crew that was supposed to be on this game anyhow, I don't believe. 6:22 to play in the half. It's 17-10 Rams. Knights with the basketball. Off of the right wing. Durham will feed up south to Deese. He'll swing around left wing. Looking inside Felix. Turnaround stripped away by Payne. Trimble recovers. Brings up the length of the floor. I don't know what he just did, but it went off back iron. He contorted his body. It looked like he was going to get the money shot. Nothing there. Right arc is Lydell, and we will play on. Between the circles is Payne. Badger's going to come around to the right side, get the bucket. Great call. Waved off. It'll be a charge.
Yeah, it'll be a charge on Leonte Badger. That's his second. Feeser will come in for him, and Badger got around one guy, and another guy slid over on him. Scott Gamber explaining that can't be that aggressive in the lane. Well, I like the move.
Yeah, now's the question here. What happens to the confidence with taking a seat?
Well, take about two fouls. Yeah, it's 2 fouls, and you go from there. He'll be back in.
Felix with it off of the right wing. Kicks back to the near side for Durham. 5:35 to play in the half. Some sloppy basketball in the post by Triad. And Johnson will have to kick out. They'll reset. Between the circles, Deese looks back to the right wing. Felix, 5:27 to go in the half. Rams still up 7. Felix got it back to Criley. Now Deese will swing around. Free throw line kicks out. Still in the way, Trimble. It'll be on 2-on-2 with Jaron Lydell. Great move to the basket by Trimble. Was able to keep it away from the defender and throw up the underhand. Ball's off the back iron, and Trimble goes to the line to shoot 2.
Great move. Deese has picked up his second, joining Felix with 2 for Triad, and then, of course, the 2 fouls on Badger. The only players in foul trouble on both sides of the coin today so far in this game.
Trimble at the line, misses the first. Free throw shooting at a premium for the Rams over the past couple of games.
Well, Mount Vernon is 1 of 5 in this game. Scott Gamber walking way down the end of the bench down there.
Try to get some water.
Got to make those free throws.
That
Effingham won a game today with those.
That's true. There's a big difference. As Trimble will knock down the second. 18-10, Rams by 8. 5:15 to play in the first half. Over the right timeline is Criley for the Knights. Again, they're away blacks with white trim. Red numeric strip in white. Coming around is Moss. Gives up top to Monsinger. Monsinger is more of a miss. Area name. My apologies. Stolen away by Clay Payne. 4:55 to play in the first half. Here come the Rams up 8. Could probably use a bucket here. Try to get to double digits and maybe exhale for a moment. Brody with it left of the circle. One dribble to the top. Between the circles. Gets it back from Flota. 4:40 to play in the half. Brody with it left wing. Lewis has Flota on the left wing. One dribble gives to Trimble. Back to the left wing, Flota. Rams are a little flex. Right wing is Payne.
It's his zone. The Triad's tightly compacted. Now they're coming out. Their guard Trimble has got the threes. Everybody else they're backing off of.
4:13 to play in the half. Payne with the pass, right elbow, gives back. And now it's Brody with the basketball. 4:07 to go in the half. 18-10 your score. Loda zips back to Brody. Now alone. Trimble for three. No. Rebound will go to the back door. Cole Moss. And here come the Knights. 3:56 to play in the half. Down to 8. Need a basket here. Johnson thought about the three. Trimble all over. Gets back up top to Moss. Right-hand dribble between the circles. It looks to the near side off the left wing. Here comes Riley. Back to Mercinger. 3:38 to go in the half. 18-10. Mount Vernon leads Troy. A Triad. Formerly St. Jacob Triad. We're in the second quarter of the Salem Invitational Tournament Consolation semifinal number 2. Riley back over the right wing. Moss with it between the circles. Looking for the lob down low for Felix. Regains his footing. Goes back door. Stripped away by Trimble. To a steal. Has Flota come up the left side. Up the right goes Trimble. Up the wing. With a right-hand dribble goes baseline. Shift back door to Feeser. Feeser comes around from high to low. Got it at the back door off the scoop from Trimble. The Gates is a 10-point ball game. 20-10. 3:05 to play in the half.
Trimble did such a great job. Got the three-point line. He's made threes. The defense had to run at him after they let him go. He keeps the dribble. Hesitated, goes around 2 defenders, gets to the rim, help side comes over, 3 guys covering him. Feeser goes down the middle lane, leaves the ball for Feeser to score. Great move by Tyrell. 3:05 to play in the first half. This is a consolation semifinal of the 61st Annual Salem Invitational Tournament. Here on the Salem Invitational Radio Network, X95 and WMIX. This time out on X95, presented by Monocle's Pizza. 533-2755. Make it a Monocle's family pleaser. It's a large pizza, a big salad, and a pitcher of your favorite soft drink. On WMIX, presented by Ford Square King City Chrysler. King City Chrysler Center has the all-new Dodge Caliber. Caliber cranks up the sedan and exudes attitude with every turn. Receive huge cash discounts on the all-new Caliber at King City Chrysler in Mount Vernon. Danny Czerwinski alongside. I'm Chris Hugo. We have Avery Barton back at the Mount Vernon studio. Chris Carroll with us at the Centralia studio. Any score updates of any kind? All kinds of score updates here. The BIT, Carlisle over Benton 69-58. Oakville over Cesar Valera 69-49. Heron beat Carterville 49-36. And the Mount Vernon Lady Rams, consolation champions of Carbondale, beat Muscuda 53-28.
Congratulations to my broadcast partner tonight, his Mount Vernon Lady Rams on the Conti Championship. It's finally got an underhanded scoop to go off of the right block. It is 20-12, back to 8. 2:45 to play in the half. Ram basketball across the way. It's Clay Payne. As Feeser coming right of the circle, he'll veer off towards the left wing. Off the dribble. Lane shut off. Nothing there. Payne went back to the circle momentarily. Rams just having all kinds of issues with the zone.
That's man.
Oh, I see that now. Now, one man can make all of the difference in their positioning, I'm learning. Up the right side, Coach Brody blocked out of bounds.
Well, when you have an offense that doesn't have a lot of movement or a lot of stagnancy and standing around, it can look like a zone. And Triad's had the game 3-2, but since the timeout, the 3:05 mark, they went man-to-man here on this trip.
Because what I'm seeing is that one man on the backside makes all the difference for Triad and what they're in, given how the offense of the Rams won.
Yes, it does.
Depends on which way he's going. If he stays on this side, it's man. If he goes with the rest of the guy, it's zone. I've learned a thing or two about basketball.
Trying
weird.
to help you this year.
Off the right side is the 11 timeout, Scott Gamber. It looked like it was going to be a deep pass in the backcourt. But Gamber gets the timeout off. This timeout is presented by Monocle's Pizza, 533-2755 on X95, Ford Square, King City, Chrysler. In Mount Vernon, 2:16 to play here in the first half. It is 20-12. Rams up 8 over Triad in this Consolation semifinal. We gave you a scoreboard update a moment ago, presented by Tony Wilt, State Farm Insurance. For all of your insurance financial service needs, it's your local State Farm agent, Tony Wilt. Visit him in Mount Vernon on 42nd South Water Tower or online at TonyWilt.com. Walk in, call in, or click in like a good neighbor. State Farm is there. Let's see what Triad comes out with here defensively. We'll see what kind of set the Rams come up with. Haven't seen a lot of box set out of the Rams here.
Oh, 4 across. 2 in the corners, 2 on the block.
It'll be a quick to the left elbow for Float. Across the way, triple for 3 right wing, in and out. Rebound almost taken away by Grody. Grody came from the corner to almost get the rebound off the right block. And here come the Knights. 2:05 to play in the half, off of the right wing. Looking around was Criley. It goes out of bounds. So 1:59 to play in the first half. Out of bounds. 20-12 your score. And we will have an 8-point deficit for Triad. We'll see what they come up with here as the Rams get it.
Oldest play in the book, pick and roll. Got to believe it. Trimble with it in the left wing. Has the top of the key to Lydell against the Triad man. Lydell throws it to Feeser, deep left wing, back to Float at top of the key. 1:40 to go, 2012 Mount Vernon. Underneath pass to Feeser. Backdoor cut is good. Michael Feeser has his 4th point of the game. It's 22-12 Rams.
That is a good play by Feeser. 1:33 to play, as you just said. 22-12 Rams by 10. Coming around to the corner was Jason Barber. He'll look back to the right circle, able to find Deese. Elbow jumper coming from Durham, nothing but net. 22-14, back to an 8-point ballgame. 1:16 to play in the first half. Here on the SIT Radio Network, driven by Schmidt Ford of Salem on X95. France basketball, of course, is presented by Banterra Bank. 1:07 to play in the half, 22-14. Rams up 8. Feeser with the basketball, looking right block, Float, blocked by Mercinger. Out of bounds. The eraser, one-handed. Took that ball right out of Flota's 2 hands with a block. Nice move by Mercinger. Familiar faces, new places. Bank with Ray and Bria at Community First Bank's new 42nd Street location in Mount Vernon. And welcome back to Personal Banking, member FDIC. A minute to play in the half. It'll be a lob to the elbow. Kicks back into the corner for Flota for 3. No good. Lydell would have had the assist. Flota just missed by inches. Less than a minute to play. Still an 8-point game. 22-14. Mount Vernon leading Triad. 49 seconds as Diesel cross right of the circle. Sam Drake, the Triad coach, will look on. He's more in a business attire. Scott Gamber keeping it business casual.
Business casual. You see a lot of coaches on an afternoon games of possibly 2 games a day go with the relaxed casual golf shirt look in the afternoon and come back with the tie on the trophy night.
Triad content to play for a final shot. It'll be Ram basketball to start the second half. Barring a jump ball off the right corner. Dylan Johnson will feed Deese off the wing. 19 seconds.
Mount Vernon's got 3 fouls to give, too, if they so like. So let them have a shot.
Back right of the circle, stuck at the corner off the double team. Gives back to the circle for Durham. Now left wing for Voss. Back to Durham with 6. Johnson at the circle with 5. Looks back to the near wing. Now Mercinger won't get a shot off. Pet peeve of mine, but it doesn't matter here. We have reached the half. It is 22-14. The Mount Vernon Rams lead the Triad Knights. Let's hear a message from your local station. This is the Salem Invitational Radio Network.
Long hours, inconsistent schedules, minimum wage, or a salary that barely keeps you above the poverty line. All you need is a better opportunity. Ren Lake College has your opportunity. The healthcare field continues to grow, and RLC can put you on the path to a great career. Openings are available in 5 healthcare programs: health information technology, medical laboratory technology, occupational therapy assistant, surgical technology, and veterinary technology. These 5 programs are offered through the Southern Illinois Collegiate Common Market. with general courses offered at Ren Lake College and core courses offered at the SICCM facilities in Heron. Your fast track to a great opportunity starts here. You better hurry. Applications are due by March 1st. Why wait for a great opportunity? Find out more about these programs at rlc.edu. Ren Lake College has been the vehicle to a brighter future for over 40 years. rlc.edu. How did the Saturday Sports Show ring in the new year? By bringing you even better sports conversation in 2012. More scores, more local discussion, and a better mix of guests than anyone else. Combine that with ample knowledge of the teams you love, and you'll reserve more than one preset for AM 940. The perfect New Year's resolution? Not missing the Saturday Sports Show. Only on WMIX and online at mywithersradio.com. Presented by Crossroads Community Hospital.
Whether you're an Integra customer needing a new home or just tired of the constant changes associated with big corporate banking, you do have a choice. Hi, I'm Joe David Cummins with Community First Bank. We built our business around one goal, your needs. With 5 locations and a team of your friends and neighbors to support you, your banking solutions are handled right here at home. And to make your move easy, we have new account specials and personal bankers ready to help.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If I could see into the future, you know what I want to know? I'd want to know how the whole thing is going to turn out. Did I make the right decisions for my business? Helping my daughter memorize all 50 states in alphabetical order. Did it really matter?
Understanding that the future is about planning, not worrying, is why Erie Insurance is above all in service. Auto, home, business, and life. Your Erie agent is waiting for you.
Your Erie agent in Mount Vernon is the Bean Insurance Agency. Get a quote at 242-6017.
Thank heavens you're getting an income tax refund. Second Chance Auto will give you the best value for every dollar you spend with a great selection of late model cars, trucks, SUVs, and minivans priced under $10,000. Most come with a 3-month or 3,000-mile warranty. Not only will you get a great quality vehicle, but bank rate financing as well. No gimmicks, no credit checks, and instant approval. That refund couldn't have come at a better time. Thanks to Second Chance Auto. Family owned and operated for 32 years on Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Call 244-4582. This is Mount Vernon Rams basketball on WMIX. The Second Chance Auto halftime show starts now.
And welcome back to the SIT Radio Network for your Second Chance Auto halftime show. It's been a great year at Second Chance Auto, and if you haven't been by lately, the inventory has never been greater. It's the approval, no gimmicks, no pressure. It's just honest deals at Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Glad to hear that the year is starting off great already for Second Chance Auto. 22-14, the Mount Vernon Rams lead the Triad Knights here at the break. We'll have your scoring and stats in just a moment. But first, we'll go ahead and take a quick break. So Heartland Accounting halftime stats will come in just a bit. We'll also have a scoreboard update. First, a break. 22-14, Rams to the half. This is the SIT Radio Network.
Hometown proud Moraviacs IGA. There's no better way to shop today, Moraviacs IGA. If it's Moraviacs, you know it's fresh for you and your family. If it's Moraviacs, you got the best. We're hometown proud, you see. Hometown proud Moraviacs IGA. Hometown proud Moraviacs IGA.
If you want a successful business, you need good partners. And if your need is printing, you won't find better partners than Mark and Carrie Smith.
Helping people is what we love.
But we need help with our financing.
That's why the Smiths and hundreds of local businesses trust Banterra. Banterra is the area's #1 financial partner, offering commercial loans, treasury management, and remote deposit services. With Banterra as your partner, you can concentrate on what you do best. Banterra, banking with local style.
Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
This is the Salem Invitational Tournament Radio Network on X95.3 FM WRXX Radio Centralia and 94.1 FM WMIX Mount Vernon, a free service from Withers Broadcasting.
And welcome back to BE Comes Gymnasium. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. Jeff Crow with us as well. Chris Carroll is back at the studio in Centralia. Avery Barton back at our Mount Vernon studio here on the SIT Radio Network. This is your Second Chance Auto halftime show. And Second Chance says they have the best selection of vehicles priced at $10,000. They mean it. The inventory has never been greater at Second Chance. Instant approval, no gimmicks, no pressure for 32 years at Second Chance Auto of Mount Vernon. Let's take a look at the Heartland Accounting scoring stats. For the Mount Vernon Rams, 4 of 10 from two-point range, 40%, 4 of 8 from the arc for 50. The Rams go 8 of 18 from the field in the first half for 44%. For Triad, 3 of 4 from two-point range, 75%, only 2 of 7 from the arc for 29. The Knights go 5 of 11 for 45% from the field. Free throw shooting, Mount Vernon not very good, 2 out of 6 for 33%, while Triad is 2 out of 2. Rebounding even at 8. Turnovers, Triad with 6, Mount Vernon with 2. The Mount Vernon Rams had 4 players score in the first half. Tyrell Trimble led the way with 10, including 3 3-pointers. Trevor floated 6, Michael Feeser 4, and Leonte Badger had 2. Triad also had 4 players score. Lucas Crowley led the way with 7, Dylan Johnson 3, and then Jordan Felix and Gavin Durham had 2 points apiece. For halftime score of Mount Vernon 22, Triad 14. We will take a break. When we come back, we'll check in with the Tony Wilkes scoreboard update. 22-14, Mount Vernon at the break. This is the Salem Invitational Radio Network.
Did your bank recently stop offering free checking? People's National Bank still has free checking with the added convenience of a Visa check card, online banking, and bill pay. Stop by People's National Bank, located at 413 South 34th Street in Mount Vernon today for details on how to get your free checking back. People's National Bank, member FDIC. Visa check card and bill pay non-usage fees may apply.
When you want the best, think the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. The Orthopedic Center has the unique distinction of being one of only 2 non-academic accredited orthopedic teaching and research facilities in the state of Illinois. Our goal in education is to inspire the next generation of orthopedic surgeons. Patient care, education, and research are our core strengths. Located on Veterans Memorial Drive, Mount Vernon, and St. Mary's Good Samaritans Centralia campus, the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Discover the difference.
For more scores and insight, follow us on Twitter at 94sports. Now back to the Rams on WMIX.
And welcome back to the Gymnasium on the campus of Salem Community High School. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside on the Salem Invite Radio Network. For the Mount Vernon Rams here at the half in the 61st Annual Salem Invitational. Lead the Triad Knights 22-14. We did check in here on your Second Chance Auto halftime show with a Tony Wilkes scoreboard update. First things first, the Mount Vernon Lady Rams won the Consolation Championship at Carbondale today. Congrats to Jeff Lonan and the girls, beating Mascoutah 53-28. Here at Salem, Salem beat Mattoon 80-69, and in the game before this one, Effingham beat Marion 41-34. One score from West Frankfort today. Heron beat Carterville 49-36. The Waltonville Spartans win 7th place at the NIT in Nashville, beating Freeburg today 67-56. And at the BIT, Carlisle beat Benton 59-58, and Olcottville beat Setzer-Valier 69-49. That scoreboard update presented by Tony Wilkes, State Farm Insurance. For all of your insurance financial service needs, it's your local State Farm agent, Tony Wilkes. He's on the corner of 42nd South Water Tower, Mount Vernon, or online at TonyWilkes.com. Walk in, call in, or click in like a good neighbor. State Farm is there. Second half, Danny. Rams up 8 right now. If they're going to play against Effingham tonight, probably need to build a little bit of a bigger cushion. I enjoyed thoroughly the last defensive stance by Mount Vernon. Triad had the ball for about 30, 40 seconds. And Mount Vernon was playing some fantastic defense that last 20, not only moving the feet, changing on screens. Big thing that I saw that in the late part of that half I didn't see at the beginning, communicating on switches and where everybody needs to be. And thus, the communicating, having good defense, and fundamental techniques, they didn't allow Triad to even get a shot at him. So that's number one, keep the defense up. Number two, don't settle for jump shots if Triad goes back to the zone. Try to work it inside, get some dribble penetration from Trimble and Lydell, so Payne, Flota, Badger, others, Feeser can get some layups maybe, and keep doing those things. Mount Vernon's up 8. It'd be nice to see a quick start here and come out that energy Mount Vernon did in the first half. It'll be Ram basketball to start this second half. Rams win this one. They'll be back on the air on at least WMIX. Not sure about the SIT radio network. That game will be on X95 regardless of who brings it to you, however. 7:30 against Effingham if the Rams hang on. Into the front court it'll go to Lydell. Rams switch sides, going right to left. Quick get back down low to Badger, lost out of bounds. It'll be Triad basketball. Yeah, they were trying to run a play that time to Badger on the baseline, and he got bumped a little bit, lost the handle, and turned over to Mount Vernon. Riley will bring it across the timeline. Had it poked away by Payne. They're going to fight for possession here. Jump ball will go with Triad.
Yep.
Bob Franklin coming in to make the call. Thank you to executive producer and videographer Jeff Crow for filling me in.
All on it.
Bob Franklin. That's our official to be named later. He likes the best perspective when it comes to video, whether it be for our stream or when we help out Scott Gamber, as we are the official film provider of Rams basketball. Both sides, all right? Yeah. Well, when we're there for the ladies.
Right, obviously.
Left wing is Felix looking up top for Riley. Or Deese will go back to Durham. Spin around, coming off the right block is no good. It'll be tipped to Payne. Up ahead, dribble off the tip. Coming around for right elbow. He came and slid his body to the left and took the shot as he was through the air. It's 24-14. Ram lead is 10.
We'll take the break on the extra step for him to make that shot, and we'll go the other way.
Amen. Rams basketball on WMIX, of course, presented by Banterra Bank. Felix looking for the bank in, no good. Tip ball off the postseason with a Banterra Bank free checking account. It'll be here before you know it. Banterra Bank, banking with local style, member FDIC. Badger has it on the near wing. 6:52 to play in the third. It's 24-14 Mount Vernon. Free throw line. Trimble will kick to Lydell, who was attacking the basket. Got it back. Felix got control of it. It trickles out of bounds off of Mount Vernon.
I think Jaron was attacked. He got a lot of contact there on that non-call.
Somebody got a handful of something they should never have been touched in the first place.
My.
Wow.
Yeah, Jaron's shaking the cobwebs out right now.
Shaking the cobwebs. And he wasn't talking a little bit higher pitch. Probably will be now. Off of the right wing, it is Deese looking inside. Felix on the turnaround right elbow. It's good. Back within 8 are the Knights. 6:27 to play in the third quarter. It's 24-16 Rams. Badger off of the right wing. Left of the circle will go to Flota. Into the corner for Lydell. Back to Payne, left wing. 6:13 to play in the third quarter. Rams are up 8. Looking to go back up double digits. Lydell works back to the basket. He's fouled by John. There we go.
We got the body foul that time. Jaron's like, come on, man, help me out. Johnson picks up his team's first of the half.
I already told you the Rams basketball WMIX is presented by Banterra Bank. Whether retirement is years and months away, you can find the retirement account to fit your lifestyle perfectly. Well, if not, Banterra Bank is banking with local style. Almost stole the way. It's stole back by Trimble. Looking for the pull-up at the free throw line. Feeds backdoor Lydell. Now to the left wing for Badger. That was a great play by Trimble to get it back after the steal. Left of the circle. Lydell will roll between and give back to Badger on the Rams sideline. Payne right of the circle. 5:48 to play in the quarter. Rams are up 8. Looking to shovel down low. Badger works the baseline. It's 26-16. The Ram lead is 10.
And selfish Mount Vernon Rams. Can you share that orange?
That they are. Left arc, Gavin Durham looking around, finds Felix. Thought about the three. Now looking down low for Johnson. Tipped away into the corner. Johnson recovers. Going back baseline for the right side to Deese on the right wing. 5:23 to go in the third. Gavin Durham with it left wing. Looks to the right. Finds Felix wide open for three. Money.
Oh, you can't leave him open. He's got all 5 Triad points in the quarter. You got to get a hand up and get out there.
So Jordan Felix gets 3 more. Travis is his older brother from a few years ago.
It's just a matter of getting out there and playing defense, fighting through a screen, and not be so passive.
Left wing Payne looking around. Rams up 7. Payne will go to the basket. Found the easy layup opportunity. Had a seam left side. Goes off block. It's 28-16. 28-19. Get a stop here. Durham's looking to shake past Payne. That'll be a quick reach foul on play. I think that's his second team. Second, first of the half. Looking for a Community First Bank of the Heartland player of the game after the game. With 5 locations in Mount Vernon, Dix, Ina, and Woodlawn, Community First Bank is proud to be the official player of the game sponsor of the Mount Vernon Rams. Banterra Bank, banking with local style. You all right over there?
I'm older.
You okay?
I'm good now.
Lord.
Something came across.
Right wing is Deese for a 3. Good.
Something wafted across my smelling way, and speaking of wafting, here comes Triad, only down 6 now.
Payne right of the circle comes back to the left side for Trimble. Containing myself here off of the right wing, it's Payne. Looks back for Trimble between the circles. 4:16 to play in the third. Rams lead is now just 6, up 10 at 1 point. And now Payne will roll back between the circles with Trimble. Nobody on the Rams out there right now has the same pair of shoes on.
1-2-2 here by Triad. The top guy does not drop down to the block. So it's 1-2-2.
Left corner, it is Flota. Gives back to Trimble.
Keep waiting for Triad to run the option here. They haven't done that yet.
No. Christian Moon, of course, Trimble off 3-year starting quarterback for Triad. Long gone, thankfully, for Rams football fans.
Yeah, there's a lot of football teams. Make sure he gets his diploma. Heads across the stage.
3:36 to play in the third quarter. 28-22. Rams by 6. Killing some clock here in the third. Need a bucket. Between the circles, it's Clay Payne. Looking around, trying to find somebody. Can't. We'll go to Flota. Flota in the corner for Trimble. Nice pass, but it's stolen away by Deese. They're looking for Feeser off of the block. And it's a Triad turnover. Across the timeline, Deese with the basketball. We'll see what Triad runs here. Options it over the right wing for Durham. Up top, Cole Moss wide open for 3. No Moss. Rebound will go to Flota. Nice. 2:59 to play in the third quarter. 28-22. Left of the circle, it goes to Clay Payne. Right wing to Trimble, back to Payne between the circles, steps to the arc. Going to give a cross away back to Trimble. Trimble hangs on momentarily and then goes back between the circles. Flota wide open for 3. Meanwhile, it's no good. Thought it was going to be. Should have been probably breaking the law of verticality on Badger, but the Rams get the rebound and a break.
Now, when you athlete somebody, you can go over the top and get a rebound. Maybe.
Trimble, wide open 3. Good from the right wing. We'll have a timeout. Timeout, Scott Gamber. It's 31-22. The lead is 9. Timeout on X95 presented by Monical's Pizza, 533-2755. Or on WMIX by Ford Square of Mount Vernon. We were talking about the abuse of inanimate objects take today before the Saturday Sports Show on WMIX. Clipboard was probably the first thing named by Associate News Director Reese Barnfield and, of course, Jeff Crow.
Yeah,
that's the first thing that came up.
That dry erase board just took a brunt of a force there, let me tell you. He took it out, man. I mean, that dry erase board's seen better days.
We'll say he and leave it as a third-person pronoun, but I'm pretty sure you can guess by the result.
He or she took a brunt. They're going to run plays on that dry erase board that are crooked because it's bent up. If they try to draw one on that thing, it's going to be a different way to look than on the floor.
Straight line will look like a smiley face.
Oh, it'll look like a banana and everything else. Circle gets the square.
Moves over Miami. 31-22. Rams by 9. Triad basketball. Durham out of the timeout with it from the wing. Drives. There'll be a foul on the floor. It'll go against without for the Rams. On X95, of course, Salem Invitational coverage is driven by Schmidt Ford of Salem. Durham with it left of the basket.
What's driving me?
There you go.
Dog. See, and just when you think Mount Vernon's done a good job defensively, then they give up something easy like that on the inbounds. You can't do that this time of year. Everybody knows everybody's inbounds play.
Exactly.
Box and 1 now by Triad. You'll have Johnson, Garden, Trimble now in the box and 1.
Trying to keep the hot hand at bay is what they're doing. Between the circles, it's Payne. 1:50 to play in the third quarter, 31-24. 7-point lead for the Rams. It's been as high as 7-point lead for the Rams. It's been as high as 10.
You're getting there.
Whoa. Of course, this is our third consecutive broadcast.
Right.
On X95, first on WMIX, of course, but they don't care what we're going through. As a pass was intercepted in the lane by Deese. It actually hit the undercarriage of the backboard. Intended to go, I think, backdoor for Badger or Feeser inside the paint, but it'll end up as a turnover. Screen 3 coming from Johnson. It's good. Uh-oh.
5 for Johnson. 31-27. A little fight here out of the Knights. They start getting there. Of course, the chessboard lined up.
That's the thing. Scott is the one who called the timeout after the Trimble 3.
Yeah.
He iced his own team, possibly. But not Rip. No, not Rip. I don't think that way. But left sideline, it is Flota with the basketball. 1:05 to play in the quarter. 4-point lead for the Rams, 31-27. Wide open up top is Payne. He'll kick it out left side. Flota wanted the 3, decided not. Between the circles, Clay Payne. Rams basketball, WMIX, presented by Banterra. Bank score a free throw at Banterra's Visa debit card. Guys, the convenience of a checking account and a card. Payne, ball fakes to the near elbow, mid post. He'll have to find something to do with it. Leans in for the shot off glass. Good. Oh. Clay Payne created an opportunity after being shut down. It's 33-27. Rams up 6. Cole Moss went to the right corner. He'll step and give off to the right arc now for Deese. It'll be Ram basketball to start the fourth quarter. 27 seconds left in the third. 33-27 is the Mount Vernon lead.
Gotta get this out. 2.5 games, going on 3 here. Absolutely stellar officiating today in these 3 games.
Yeah.
Rarely noticed. All 3 crews doing a great job.
Only question mark was like a double dribble call or something. Big deal. Not bad whatsoever. They're doing a great job, especially under the circumstances. 4 seconds, right wing 3 coming is no good off the front iron, rebound to Trimble, and that's how your third quarter will end. So we have reached the apex of 3 quarters. The Mount Vernon Rams 33, the Triad Knights 27. Let's hear a message from your local station. This is the Salem Invitational Radio Network.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. We'd like to welcome the newest member of the Community First family, Debbie Bartolomucci.
I'm very excited to join Community First. I look forward to continue serving all my existing accounts and making new friends as well.
To learn more, stop by and see us today at any of our 5 Jefferson County locations.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If I could change anything, you know what I'd change? I'd make it a law that if you tell someone to have a nice day, you really have to mean it. 100%.
Making your day better than it started out is what makes Erie Insurance above all in service. Auto, home, business, and life. Your Erie agent is waiting for you. And have a nice day.
Your Erie agent in Mount Vernon is the Bean Insurance Agency. Get a quote at beaninsurance.net.
This is Rams basketball on WMIX with streaming video on mywithersradio.com.
And welcome back on the Salem Invitational Radio Network. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski. WMIX online at mywithersradio.com. Audio only, no streaming video due to regulations here at Salem High School. We're also on X95, flowing with it out of the near corner. We'll give back to Clay Payne's the circles. Ram basketball to start the fourth quarter. Their lead is 33-27 in this Consolation semifinal over the Triad Knights. In the corner is Trimble. Looks back to the right wing for Payne. Always makes me believe he's going to pull up for 3 and never does because he used to be a 3-ball shooter. Now he's working as a big man down in the post. How's that one taste going?
I'm okay.
Okay, just making sure. I had to kind of have my head turned.
I'm good.
And when I tell you, never mind. Off the right arc is Trimble, looking back between the circles for Payne. Has Floater coming up left.
Comedians up in the upper deck here are amazingly not funny today.
Oh, upper deck. That's not me. 7:04 to play in the quarter. Rams lead at 6. They're looking for a rematch with Effingham tonight if they can hang on.
However, I agree with the upper deck.
I got you.
Now Triad in a 2-3.
Slide pass back to Floater near the sideline. Right in the circle he goes to Payne.
Still a box 1. And I see the third guy over there guarding Trimble, and Trimble's not moving. They're making the other 4 move around.
Still a visual picture painted, and I appreciate it. Payne fakes the 3 again from the corner, drives baseline off glass, and good.
Yes.
Clay Payne's been big in the second half. It's 35-27.
And that's how you get a team out of the box and 1. You got to have other guys go score, and then they can't run the box and 1. You'll run off of it, and then if you score, it gets them out of it.
Amen. He thought about the 3, throws over the right arc. Felix lob is just outside, but now inside. Durham's fouled on his way up. We will tell you that we are going to be looking for a Community First Bank player of the game with 5 locations in Mount Vernon, Dix, Ina, and Woodlawn. Community First Bank is the sponsor of the Mount Vernon Ram player of the game. And, of course, you can stop by and bank with Ray and Bree at Community First Bank's new 42nd Street location in Mount Vernon. And welcome back to Personal Banking, member FDIC. First free throw is good by Durham. It makes it a 35-28 ball game. 7 points is the differential with 6:15 to play in regulation. Be more aware of saying regulation after the triple overtime non-thriller we had the other night. Second free throw, no good. Badger will get the rebound, nearly pushed out of bounds, able to save to Payne. Here come the Rams. In the backcourt, it is Badger. Nice behind-the-back dribble to get it across. Right in the circle to Payne. 6:03 to play in regulation. 35-28 is the Ram lead. Near side, it's Badger from Florida. Back to Payne, right of the circle. Kraft near the timeline, gets it to Feeser. Great save by Feeser. Leaves the lane wide open for Badger to the basket. It's blocked. The foul is a block, I mean. Basket was missed. He went a little too strong with the left hand. Nonetheless, an opportunity created by Leonte Badger, and now has a chance at the free throw line.
And very aggressive getting to the rim today. 4 points. couple drives to the basket. Now he's out an opportunity at the free throw line.
Winning Edge wants to provide a public service, looking good while you cheer on your team. Don't settle for one-design-fits-all activewear. Winning Edge can personalize almost anything and make you look good at the game. Check out their creations at winningedgeusa.com. Badger makes the first. Obviously has another one coming on the two-shot assessment. 36-28. Can he make it 37? And get the lead back to 9. He will not. However, the rebound tipped the paint. And jump ball. Oh, a foul. Good call by KP.
Yeah.
5 Triad fans in attendance. I'm not saying it like that. There are not a lot of fans here. Either side, I'm disappointed. In fact, it's mostly Salem sticking around. Both sides should have a lot more people here. These are kids. I won't go that round. It's Saturday Sports Show rant. Payne right to the basket on the trigger. Back door between the legs of Badger. He'll recover and trying to throw up top. It's stolen by Dylan Johnson. Up the mid-post, Johnson throws up a jumper. He's fouled, and Dylan Johnson will go to the line to shoot, too. It would be nice to see more partial fans in attendance instead of just the casual fans.
Yeah.
Or the fans, fans of basketball. I know it's a Saturday afternoon. There's a lot going on, but it is what it is. At the line, Dylan Johnson shooting 2. It's actually the top of the hour. We need to pause for station identification on the SIT radio network.
This is the Salem Invitational Tournament Radio Network on X95.3 FM WRXX Radio Centralia and 94.1 FM WMIX Mount Vernon. A free service from Withers Broadcasting.
And it's an inbound into Trimble after the free throw. 36-30 now your score. Rams are up just 6. Both free throws were good. And now the Rams are up, again, just 6 points, looking to get in that Consolation Championship game for a rematch with Effingham. On the far sideline, it is Badger coming around, gives left to the circle. Flota finds Trimble on the near side. Backdoor play. Badger is blocked as he goes up. And Leonte Badger goes to the line to shoot, too.
Can you help a guy out who was updating our Twitter and Facebook stuff on who made the free throws a while ago?
I thought it was Durham.
All right.
But I was looking down, doing other things, too. Trying to multitask. Either way, Badger goes to the line here for the Rams to shoot to. Scoreboard updates on this broadcast presented by Tony Wilt, State Farm Insurance. For all of your insurance financial service needs, it's your local agent, Tony Wilt of Mount Vernon. Find them on the web at TonyWilt.com or at 42nd South Water Tower in Mount Vernon. Walk in, call in, or click in. Like your good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Got to stay still, got to keep your balance, not be leaning everywhere on the free throw. That one's much better, Leonte.
So Leonte will work that and get it in. 37-30, Rams a touchdown, 5:07 to play in the fourth.
Streak in jeopardy. Hamilton County giving Pinckneyville a hard time at Benton. Pinckneyville leads 19-18 at the half.
Oh, my.
And if Hamilton County gives them a hard time, they may give Benton a hard time if the Rangers lost again today.
Right.
Wow.
Left wing is Felix up top. Deese for 3. It looks good, but it's off the front iron. Rebound tipped away by Trimble. It's out of bounds off of Tyrell. It will be Triad basketball. Of course, Trimble won the foul after the push, but might have been better off just let it go. 37-30, Rams by 7. 4:37 to play in this fourth quarter. Rams basketball at WMIX is presented by Banterra Bank. Let's get technical about going green. Banterra offers free online bill pay and online statements. Banterra Bank. Thank you with a style member FDIC. That's coming around from the strong side. I believe it was Durham for Triad. Fouled on his way up by the Rams. That was Clay Payne's third, team fifth.
You're going to have to still play it out. I think Mount Vernon got a little lax on the last couple of trips down the floor defensively. And they're starting to reach and grab and try to play for steals as Durham makes another one. You have to keep it up. And you should have learned a lesson here Thursday night. Mount Vernon's not a team that just come on, turn the light switch on and off. You got to play hard the entire 32 minutes.
Durham at the line, shooting the back end of 2. It's 37-31, making 32. So it's a 5-point ball game. Both are good by Durham. A little bit of pressure here from Triad. Badger's going to bring it across with looking back door, dribbled off his foot, stole it back. Great save there by Leonte after turning it over. Or nearly turning it over. Off the right, Trimble looking for the crossover between the leg dribble. Gets back to the circle for Badger. We near the midpoint mark of this fourth quarter. It's 37-32. Flota trapped in the corner. Finds Trimble off the wing. Now it's a lob to the circle for Payne. He is fouled by Dietz as Dietz got him in the eye, to the face. Dietz can't believe it. When he gets somebody in the face, advertently or inadvertently, it's usually a foul. That was a good pickup by the officials. So that's Dietz's fourth, and Cole Moss will return for Triad. Into Trimble in the backcourt out of the inbound in front of the scorers table.
Oh, you know what? Mount Vernon hasn't scored in a while. Nice to get a bucket here.
Exactly. Quick foul by Durham. No call. Tipped away in the lane. Feeser will come up with a bobble. Up the left side comes Flota. He leans in, and that'll be a blocking foul on Friley.
And I'm telling you right now, wherever the double comes from, and Scott Gamber's saying the same thing I am, wherever that double team comes from, you got to throw it opposite of where that came from. And Mount Vernon right now not doing that. They're wanting to throw into the same side. You can't do that when you're on offense. You got to throw opposite and then move. And Mount Vernon being very passive against this trap that Triad just tried. Luckily, they still have the ball.
First free throw's good by Flota. It's 38-32. So maybe use these to get some offensive momentum. 3:47 to play in the fourth quarter. Flota's second is good. 39-32. So Rams are back up 7. Criley has the basketball in the backcourt for Triad. Salem Invite on X95 is presented by Schmidt Ford of Salem. We're glad to have you with us regardless of how you may be accessing it. Wow, that was a play that worked out for Criley. Went off the leg of Trimble and Johnson. Now a pull-up for Felix is on the way. Rebound to Payne. That disrupted the Triad offense. Looked like it might work out in their favor, then it flustered them. So the Rams have a chance to get it to 9 or 10 here, depending upon what happens. 39-32, Rams by a touchdown, 3:13 to play in the fourth quarter. It's Feeser, right timeline. Good turnaround there by Feeser. Wide open, and that's exactly what you and Scott Gamber said. Back to where it went to Badger, and then went the opposite way, which double team came. Exactly. 41-32, the Ram lead is 9. Great play by Feeser and Badger especially. Off the left elbow, it's Durham. Felix for a turnaround three, no good. Rebound will be tipped away. Wow, that should be a foul on Durham, and it will.
Here's the thing.
Payne accidentally went Steve Lyons on it there for a moment, but not quite.
Well, and then Scott Gamber saw the same thing I did. You cannot go under a screen on a three. If you go under, that guy's going to get a clean look, and Mount Vernon lucky that time that Felix didn't knock that three down. And we're shooting 1-on-1. Mount Vernon makes free throws down here, we'll win. Mount Vernon misses, as they struggled early in this game. You will allow Triad to get back into this one. With Bandera's mobile banking, you can check your accounts online from half court. Bandera Bank, banking with local style, member FDIC. 2:48 to play in regulation. It's 41-32. Clay Payne trying to add to the Ram lead of 9. And he makes it 10, so he'll get a bonus, 42-32. Not a bad bonus to have. See what else comes our way. Second free throw is good. 43-32, 11-point ball game. Rams on top, looking to close her out here against Triad and advance to the Consolation Championship against Effingham. Between the circles, it was Durham. Had it tipped away, it was recovered by Dylan Johnson. Left baseline jumper's on the way. It's no good. Rebound to Badger. Tipped out of bounds, but Badger saved it from going out. Recovered by Trimble. Great play by Leonte Badger all around on those two near possessions. Now Payne trying to get across, slides to Flota. As a backdoor bounce to Feeser. Layup that's a strong foul on Durham. And I think the helping up cleared it of being an intentional foul. Mm-hmm.
Smart move by Durham, regardless of what the intent was. Smart move and right thing to do is always help your man up, but that'll be his third. We'll have a timeout. This timeout, called by Sam Drake, will be of Sam Drake, of course, the Triad head coach, will be a full timeout, and we, of course, always keep it here. Tell you this timeout on X35 is presented by Monocle's Pizza of Centralia. Call 533-2755. Or find them on Facebook, Monocle's Pizza of Centralia. You can also support our timeout sponsor on WMIX, Sports Square, King City Chrysler of Mount Vernon, where they have some great deals on the all-new 2012 Ford Fiesta. And I understand there's some amazing, brilliantly vivid colors that Fiesta comes in. So check them out at Ford Square of Mount Vernon. You can count on us. 43-32 the score here. 2:20 to play in the fourth quarter. Rams lead by 11. And I'll tell you what. I really think, and we can go back a little bit here, that Trevor Flota set us on with those two free throws.
Mm-hmm. Set a tone, make some more, and get out of here with a win and come back tonight and battle Effingham Part 2 for Consolation Championship once again this year.
Of course, then you have that kind of long layoff because they go third place and then Consolation, then Championship, whereas a lot of tournaments will typically go Consolation, third place, Championship. And that's because for the longest time there was no third place game here in Salem. They just had a Consolation and a Championship. And so when they added the third place, they just split it right behind the Consi. 2:20 to play in the fourth quarter. Rams 43, Knights 32. Fees are at the line for a two-shot assessment. Just a reminder, the possession arrow is in favor of Triad as Fees are missing the first free throw.
So much for that.
Scoreboard update?
No, I was talking about your...
I was asking if we had a scoreboard update.
And all of a sudden, you know...
So I was literally asking if there was one.
Pinckneyville leads Hamilton County at the half 19-18. That's the latest score I have.
Yeah. Appreciate it. That's brought to you by Tony Wilt. Feeser makes the second free throw. It's 44-32. The Rams lead is a dozen. Criley with it up top, shakes to the right wing, finds Felix back to Criley left. Now he's looking for a drive. Kicks out to a wide open Deese. Three on the way, partially blocked by Trimble. He got a hold of the hand. Luckily, a no call. Coming around right elbow, Criley kicks over to Durham. Durham splits the D on his way to the basket. Foul will be on the floor.
You know, the Triad Knights, that's the first rebound of the second half.
Sounds about right.
Yep.
Because they've either made it or not been anywhere inside to get the rebound.
Teams that settle for jump shots that aren't aggressive don't get a lot of free throws or rebounds.
Durham will trigger left of the basket, works it into Criley. Criley finds a seam on that left side, works it in, but it's blocked. No call, rebound to Payne. Clay's been big on the glass this season. Playing bigger than what he is, and has done a great job for the Rams. Now, a tag team foul coming at the timeline. But first, let me tell you that all scoreboard updates on WMIX during Rams broadcast, presented by Tony Wilt from State Farm Insurance. For all of your insurance and financial service needs, it's Tony Wilt from Mount Vernon, 42nd South Water Tower. Or online at TonyWilt.com. Walk in, call in, click in. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. That's done. That's done. One more there. All right, 1:44 to play in the fourth quarter. Clay Payne at the line. He'll be shooting the one in bonus. Lead is 12 at the moment for the Rams, 44-32. Payne misses the first off the front iron. Rebound, stolen away. Badger putback is good. 46-32. Rams lead grows to a couple of touchdowns.
That new haircut makes Leonte that much quicker.
He's more aerodynamic.
Oh, yeah.
Screen three coming. Felix is off the mark to the right. Rebound to Tyrell the Terrific. And here comes Trimble. Lob up ahead to Badger all alone. Goes up, and it's fouled.
That's got to be intentional.
Yeah, he took out.
He didn't go for the ball at all. He tried to take out Badger from behind. Did go for the basketball, and that should be an intentional foul.
Yeah.
I don't know how that could not be. He made no attempt whatsoever to go after that basketball.
If you do that and stick your arm up for the basketball, you can say an attempt was going for the basketball.
Right.
But when you go in like a bulldozer underneath the player, and you're undercutting, where's the grabbing for the basketball? Or going for, I should say.
Credit to Leonte after all that contact. Step up, make that first free throw.
Dude's calm. I will say that.
Yes, he is. Nothing much rattles him.
You know what, though? That is. I'm not laughing to make fun, but you really think about it.
Think about football and think about this basketball season. Nothing really rattles him.
Made the first, missed the second. It's 47-32. Ram lead is 15.
We're going to play Effingham for the second time this year in a Consolation Championship.
Second and 3 times that they'll meet. Up the right side comes Dylan Johnson. He missed it. Looks like it's going to be a backdoor rebound. They finally got the foul last second.
It was a foul.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know if they were called or not for a second. That'll be Feaser's third. And Dylan Johnson goes to the line to shoot 2. Rams basketball on WMIX is presented by Banterra Bank. Let's get technical about going green. Banterra offers free online bill pay and online statements. Banterra Bank, banking with local style, member FDIC.
People start heading to the exit. Early dinner reservations to get back there. Seats will be at a premium tonight. You got Mount Vernon, Effingham. Oh, my goodness. Mattoon and Centralia. That should be dandy. And then you got Edwardsville and the host Salem. Tickets will be at a premium.
Oh, the 3 Uber locals all in action tonight. That helps the attendance.
Yep. Turnstiles will be clicking.
47-33. The Ram lead is 14. A minute 4 to play in the game. We have the Bean Insurance postgame show coming up. We'll have your Heartland County stats and the first player of the game, Trapp, on Clay Payne there at the circle on the full court. And we will have a timeout, Scott Camber. This timeout on X95 is presented by Monocle's Pizza of Centralia. Give them a call, 533-2755. Or on WMIX, 5 Ford Square and King City Chrysler. We're the best ever around. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. Jeff Crow with us. We also have Chris Carroll back at the Centralia studio. Avery Barton is back in Mount Vernon. As we will finally end this afternoon session. Danny, you'll head, of course, and I forget now I can promote it. Yes, you will head to Louisville on AM 940 and take care of the Midland Trail Conference Tournament Championship as the Woodlawn Cardinals look to make it 40 straight in conference play. And they'll take on the host North Clay Cardinals.
Yeah, be a very interesting atmosphere over at North Clay tonight. Red everywhere.
Because you haven't ever been able, I think we've only actually had the championship on once, and that was last year. So we've missed any type of report from our broadcasters on what the atmosphere was like in the North Clay Woodlawn Championship. That happened 2 years ago.
Yeah, and it's going to happen again. I'm sure it's going to be wild and exciting with red everywhere on both sides because those two teams, of course, battled 2 weeks ago. The score was not what it was, a blowout, but boy, it didn't propel the game. But boy, good game tonight. Mount Vernon's trying to give one away here again.
Rams started over free throw line. 40 seconds to go in the ballgame. 47-33 is your score. Johnson's going to drive off the right, gets to the block. It's good. 47-35. Down to a dozen. Still full court pressure from the Knights. Coming up the near side, it'll be Trimble. Stop the wing, gives up top Leonte. And Badger will look around. Stuck. There you go. Go opposite way of the double team. Even I learned something new today. In the corner, it's Payne. Nice pass over to Float on the near side.
Triad not fouling, I would think.
No, but nearly intercepted it there between the circles. Payne got it back with 12. It's over to Badger with 10. Now with 9, it's timeline score. Far timeline corner to Payne, and everybody will back off, and we'll end this one safely. So you'll hear that final horn, and Mount Vernon Rams will take on the Effingham Flaming Hearts tonight on WMIX. That is a 7. Double check my times. That is a 7:15 pregame, 7:30 tip-off on WMIX and online at mywithersradio.com. We will take a break, come back to Bean Insurance postgame show. This is the SIT Radio Network.
Tomorrow, it's the championship round of the NFL playoffs as we bring you a special doubleheader on the Westwood One Dial Global Radio Network. First, the AFC title is up for grabs as Tom Brady and the New England Patriots host Ray Lewis and the Baltimore Ravens. Then, Eli Manning and the New York Giants head to San Francisco to take on the 49ers for a chance to advance to Super Bowl 46. The NFL playoffs are right here.
Your radio home for Championship Sunday is 94.1 FM WMIX.
Hi, I'm Elaine. I've been a nurse with Good Samaritan for many, many years. One of the best things about my job is knowing that I work for a hospital that cares so much about the community. We're dedicated to attracting the best physicians and investing in the most advanced medical technologies. Whether it's radiology, oncology, or advanced heart care, we provide some of the nation's most advanced treatment options right here in Southern Illinois. That way patients never have to travel far from their families to receive the care they need. I'm always happy when families come visit, and starting in 2013, that sort of thing will happen even more. That's when Good Samaritan opens our all-new Regional Health Center. Everything about the new center has been designed with patients in mind. It features all private rooms and family-friendly areas that make it easier for visitors to stay overnight. I can't wait to see what Good Samaritan does with this exciting new facility.
Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a hospital, raising the bar.
Hey, moms and dads, don't stay up at night trying to figure out how to pay for your kids' education. There's no need to worry. I send my kids to Rend Lake College. RLC offers the same high-quality education as a four-year school at a fraction of the cost. Plus, they get to stay close to home. Tuition, room, and board are like $19,000 every year at the 4 years according to the National Center for Education Statistics. At RLC, tuition, books, and supplies are only approximately $4,000. That's Math 101. And with over 100 degree and certificate programs, they have the exact courses your kids need to be well on their way to a great career. Give your college-bound child the quality education they deserve without breaking the bank. Rend Lake College is the right choice. Whether your student plans to transfer to a university or train for direct entry into the workforce, call RLC at 437-5321 to to speak to a counselor. I actually logged on to rlc.edu. That's rlc.edu.
Yes, you can.
Hi, Roy Schmidt, Ford dealer, Ford Square, Mount Vernon. Are you looking for real value in a compact pickup truck? Listen to this deal. Receive up to $5,000 rebate on select 2011 Ford Rangers right now at Ford Square, Mount Vernon. That is a lot of customer cash that can create a low monthly payment or just a plain low price pickup. Choose from regular cab, super cab, two-wheel or four-wheel drive, XL or XLT trims. We are fortunate at Ford Square to have the inventory level that we have today on the 2011 Ford Ranger. Also, the gas mileage is good too on the Ranger to make this choice a great buy. Come into Ford Square today and test drive a 2011 Ford Ranger and experience a quality compact truck. At Ford Square, Mount Vernon, 1501 Broadway in Mount Vernon, Illinois, where the best never rests.
People's National Bank has been serving Southern Illinois since 1909 and knows the importance of supporting local youth sporting events in the community. Sports in the school system teach these young adults a lot of the same ideas that People's National Bank promotes. At People's National Bank, we support our local junior high, high school, and college athletics and wish them luck throughout the season. People's National Bank, your true community bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Mount Vernon Rams basketball on WMIX. The Bean Insurance postgame show starts now.
And welcome back to B.E. Gum Gymnasium. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside the Mount Vernon Rams. Win this one here this afternoon by a final of 47-35. And, of course, if you're listening to us on WMIX, or doesn't matter where you're listening to us, you can follow us on Twitter for updates at 94 Sports, or like us on Facebook, WMIX Sports, for a scoreboard up, a WMIX scoreboard that is basically, you have to see it to believe it every day. It comes your way, but right now we need to get to some pertinent information, of course. The Mount Vernon Rams will be back in action with a I keep messing that up. I don't know why I keep saying 6:45. For a 7:15 pregame. Oh, because your pregame's at 6:45. Is that what? Ah, there we go. 7:15 pregame here tonight. I don't either. I'm doing a lot of basketball, a lot of stations. That's what I know right now. And we'll have the Mount Vernon Rams tonight on WMIX and online at MyWithersRadio.com with a 7:15 pregame, 7:30 tip-off right here. 47-35, they advance to take on Effingham in the Consolation Championship tonight. They improved to 14-4 on the year. And just a great effort by the Rams here this evening.
Good effort to come out this afternoon and get this win and advance that Consolation Championship. May as well play two today. Might as well win two while you're at it up here in Salem. And you'll get to play in front of a pretty big crowd here tonight. This should be full with all the local entrants playing. So good night for the Rams to play in front of a great atmosphere.
Well, and there you have it. Of course, we need to go ahead and probably take a break. A reminder, the Mount Vernon Rams 47, the Triad Knights 35 here in the Consolation semifinal number 2. We'll come back with scoring and stats presented by Heartland Accounting after the break here on the Bean Insurance postgame show. But first, to remind you that Bean Insurance is an independent agency that can do the insurance shopping for you. Bean Insurance has multiple top insurance companies to choose from with great rates for your family. Call Bean Insurance at 244-BEAN. That's 244-BEAN. We'll go ahead and take that break. Time to hear a message from your local station. This is the Salem Invitational Radio Network.
If you want a successful business, you need good partners. And if your need is printing, you won't find better partners than Mark and Carrie Smith.
Helping people is what we love.
But we need help with our financing.
That's why the Smiths and hundreds of local businesses trust Banterra. Banterra is the area's #1 financial partner, offering commercial loans, treasury management, and remote deposit services. With Banterra as your partner, you can concentrate on what you do best. Banterra, banking with local style.
Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
America is a nation on wheels. Everyone has at least one automobile. We use them for shopping, work, everything we do. But they can be a threat. Some accidents can't be prevented. Your professional Pekin Insurance Agency, Page Insurance on Crownview and Mount Vernon, can help protect you from a large financial loss when an accident happens. Call Page Insurance today at 242-7000 about low-cost auto insurance from Pekin Insurance. Ask them about the many money-saving discounts that are available. Depend on your hometown professionals.
Pekin Insurance. Hometown proud Baroviax IGA. There's a better way to shop today, Baroviax IGA. If it's Baroviax, you know it's fresh for you and your Hometown proud Moraviacs IGA.
Hey, are you thinking of starting your own business? Or maybe you already own your own business and have tax questions? Call Heartland Accounting today. At Heartland Accounting, we specialize in small business planning. Let us help you with your business bookkeeping, sales taxes, payroll taxes, or maybe just some solid business advice. Get started right and let us help you make your business a success. Call Heartland Accounting of Mount Vernon today at 244-7077 or stop by 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B.
Daily schedules, scores, and more. Like WMIX Sports on Facebook. Back to the Rams on WMIX.
And welcome back to BE Gum Gymnasium here in Salem. Glad to have you with us for the Bean Insurance postgame show. The Mount Vernon Rams 47, the Triad Knights 35. Rams will play Effingham tonight in the Consolation Championship. You can hear that on the SIT Radio Network. Of course, this is your Bean Insurance postgame show, and chances are you're paying too much for auto insurance. Discounts await at the Bean Insurance Agency. Give them a call to see if you're paying too much. 244-BEAN. That's 244-BEAN. Of course, we need to check in with your Heartland Accounting scoring and stats. Let's check it out.
So, Mount Vernon Rams in the game were 11 of 18 from two-point range, 62%, 5 of 10 from the arc for 50. Hot shooting by Mount Vernon. They go 16 of 28 from the field for 57%. Triad was 6 of 11 from two-point range, 55%, 4 of 17 from the arc for 24%. They go 10 of 28 from the field for 36%. Free throw shooting, Mount Vernon only 12 of 25 from the line for 48%. Triad was 8 of 10 for 80. Mount Vernon out rebounded the Knights 22-15. Turnovers even at 8 apiece. The Knights had 5 players scoring the game. Dylan Johnson led the way with 11, a couple of three-pointers. Lucas Criley, Jordan Felix, and Gavin Durham had 7, and Jordan Deese had 3 for the Rams. And 5 players scoring the game as well, but 2 were in double figures. Tyrell Trimble had 15 to lead the way with 4 three-pointers. Leonte Badger had 13, Trevor Flota 8, Clay Payne 6, and Michael Feeser 5. As the Mount Vernon Rams advance to the Consolation Championship game tonight with a 47-35 win over the Triad Knights. Those scoring and stats presented by Heartland Accounting. 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B. Let them help you make your small business a success. We need to take a break, come back with the Community First Bank player of the game. The Mount Vernon Rams win this one 47-35 over Triad. Let's hear a message from your local station on the SIT Radio Network.
How did the Saturday Sports Show ring in the new year? By bringing you even better sports conversation in 2012. More scores, more local discussion, and a better mix of guests than anyone else. Combine that with ample knowledge of the teams you love, and you'll reserve more than one preset for AM 940. The perfect New Year's resolution? Not missing the Saturday Sports Show. Only on WMIX and online at mywithersradio.com. Presented by Crossroads Community Hospital.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. We'd like to welcome the newest member of the Community First family, Debbie Bartolomucci.
I'm very excited to join Community First. I look forward to continue serving all my existing accounts and making new friends as well.
To learn more, stop by and see us today at any of our 5 Jefferson County locations.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Mount Vernon Rams basketball on WMIX. Time for the Community First Bank of the Heartland player of the game.
And welcome back on the SIT Radio Network for your Bean Insurance postgame show. Give them a call, 244-BEAN, and they will be more than happy to go over your insurance to see if you might be paying too much. 244-BEAN. Time now for your Community First Bank player of the game. Mount Vernon Rams victorious over the Triad Knights, 47-35. Danny, who is the first player of the game?
Hey, it's Tyrell Trimble. Those points he had, 4 three-pointers, got Mount Vernon off to a quick start early. Triad had to change some things defensively, and that helped out Mount Vernon to get some matchups they wanted, and Mount Vernon gets the win here today and advances to that Conference Championship game tonight.
And there you have it. That's going to do it for us. Great traditions aren't given. They're earned through hard work and commitment. That's just what we believe in. Community First Bank of the Heartland. Proud sponsors of the Mount Vernon Rams. A great tradition. That's going to do it for us here on the network. We need to remind you of the final score. The Mount Vernon Rams 47, the Triad Knights 35. For Danny Czerwinski, for Jeff Crow, for Chris Carroll, for Avery Barton, for everyone at Withers Broadcasting, thank you for listening to this presentation on the Salem Invite on X95, driven by Schmidt Ford of Salem, and Rams Basketball on WMIX, presented by Banterra Bank. For now, so long from Salem.
Thank you for listening to Mount Vernon Rams basketball on WMIX and watching worldwide on MyWinnersRadio.com. Rams basketball is powered by the official voice of the Mount Vernon Rams, Banterra Bank. Banking with local style. The Mount Vernon Rams on WMIX are also sponsored by Ford Square and King City Chrysler. You can count on us. Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome back to Personal Banking. State Farm Insurance Agent Tony Wilt. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Second Chance Auto. Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a Hospital. Raising the Bar. Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon. Ren Lake College. Visit your virtual counselor at rlc.edu. And also by the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Heartland Accounting. All Stars and Stitches. Bean Insurance. Central Christian Church. And People's National Bank. For inside information before, during, and after the game, follow us on Twitter at 94 Sports or like WMIX Sports on Facebook. Your home for news, sports, and today's hot country. We are the legendary WMIX.
Mix 94 is 50,000 watts of hot country. 94.1 WMIX. Mount Vernon, Marion, Effingham, O'Fallon. A free service from Withers Broadcasting.